Morning, folks. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Paul Lavoie. Today we got a 2025 Freightliner M2 106 Plus with the Summit hauler conversion. We're gonna get started on the front here, and as you can see up front, you have Summit hauler's customized grille right here. Helps it pop with the conversion that they have done to it. It makes it look a lot nicer than not necessarily what the Freightliner offers, but it just makes it pop really, really nice. So anyways, dropping down, you've got your patented 3-piece bumper that Freightliner has on every single one of them. If something does happen up front, it's easily replaced. If you just damage, like with this right panel right here, you can just replace this instead of replacing the entire thing. Saves us a couple bucks. Below that, you've got your recovery hooks here. And then in the middle of here, you've got your radar with your safety system. Just letting you know if somebody's braking in front of you and you're not paying attention, it will actually brake for you. It's actually a nice little feature. But basically, most safety systems are having that now with, call it the adaptive cruise control. Up top here, we've got our compressed fiberglass hood. Very, very durable. We get a lot of hail here in Colorado, but most places actually do. But what it is very durable. You won't get the normal dings you would on a steel hood or anything like that. So you don't need to have the PDR actually hook it up. But it is heavy, but you do have the assistance. Anybody can really do this. You can actually just pull it up like this, and then you've got the safety chains in there, making it so it's not gonna flop on you. In there, we've got our coveted L9 Cummins engine, coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. And if you are mechanically inclined, it's actually very, very easy to actually get in here and work on this thing. As you can see up there, you've got your coolant air filter right there, your dipstick right here, and then your fuse relay box, very easily accessible. This is one of two. I'll show you the second one inside the cab. Down below here, you've got your power steering fluid, and then your fuel filter water separator right there. Inside here, for your batteries, if they do die, you've got a lead system right here where you can actually just jump it if you need to, for just a quick jump, and then obviously you can find out what's going on with your batteries and maintenance them, and I'll show you exactly where the batteries are right after that. Down below here, all of the tires and wheels. You've got the 255 80R 22.5s in here. They are the Michelin, a freeway tire. A lot of tread right here. But one feature we actually put on here is the extra drum that's actually in there. It's the ball bearings that we put in there, the level, the naming is eluding me right now, but sorry about that. But right now, what it does is actually level out the actual tire, making it so you have as much surface area on the ground and making it so your tires will be longer lasting on that. I'm gonna shut this right now. I'll show you how easy it is to do that. It will fight you a little bit, but anybody can do it. Just pushing it back, but see how it's not just going down. This is a safety measure that's actually implemented by Freightliner, that if you are working on there and a gust of wind comes up or somebody tries to play a joke on you and push it down, it's gonna fight them a little bit, so you're not gonna get squished in there. Just make sure when you're done with that, you put the safety straps back on. Very easy, lock it back down. There are 2 of them, just one on the other side as well. Very easy to handle though. Up top here, you've got your side mirrors. We call them breakaway mirrors because they break away. If you hit something or somebody hits you, they will break away just like this, so you don't have to replace the entire thing. So once again, saving us a couple of bucks. The top one is powered, meaning that it is heated, and you can adjust it accordingly on the inside. This lower one you can set manually, where you can see a little bit farther out, call it your blind zone warnings a little bit farther out. Down below here, engine block heater for those cold nights if you live in the cold areas. Easily plugged in just to a regular 110 with a 3-prong. You got 2 side steps right here to help you get up into the truck, but as you can see, there's a track system running down it. For those slippery, wet days, whether it's icy or if it's just rain, you got to plant your foot down. There's a very large surface area making it so it's an anti-slip there. Right here, we have one of our 2 fuel tanks. They are both 50 gallons, but making a total of 100-gallon tank. And then right next to this one on this side is your DEF tank. It is a 6-gallon DEF tank. And you're roughly getting about 300, 350 miles per gallon on that, so you can go a long distance on it. Both of these are lockable on the other side as well as this, so nobody in these troubled times will steal your fuel. We'll take a look on the inside right here. Taking a look at what the Summit hauler conversion is in there. It's a very comfortable leather, very durable, and it looks nice as well. But like I said, this is a very, very nice seat. Very durable, but you also have air ride right here, adjustments accordingly, just by lifting up and then going down, all adjusted however accordingly you want to kind of drive. Your lumbar support right here, heated seats right here, and then your tilt feature for the back right there. With every Freightliner, you do get the kill switch. So if you're not a daily driver on it, what you can do is actually just turn that off, and then that kills all the electronics, so it's not draining your battery. Right, also here, you do have a button right here. It is called your light test button, making it so that if you need to, right before you get on the road, you can push that button. It makes it so that it'll turn on all the lights, making sure that you're being safe out there. Headlights, tail lights, any indicator lights, showing you that they're all working. We're gonna get this started really quick. Most people know this, but I do like to go over this. When you're actually turning it on, just make sure your key is there. Turn it into the accessories mode. It turns on all the electronics, and then you'll hear about 5 clicks. It takes about 5 seconds. It's just starting all the safety systems, making it so that everything's working properly, and then you can actually turn it on. It gets started right up. We do that so that we're not throwing any codes or anything like that, making it so that the engine knows that it's working properly. In the back here, we have a 3-passenger sofa, a very comfortable seat as well. But the best benefit of this, if you're on the road, over the road, you can put this down into a bed. DOT does regulate this as a bed, so they won't bother you about it. And it does go all the way flat. And then once you're done, you just come right back up, like so, and then you have the setup for your passengers again. Down below here, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is your panel right here that's easily removable with the proper tools for you to maintenance your batteries. There's 2 batteries right back in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts, and then a 4th one back here. Awesome. Down below this, you have our port for your trickle charger. So if you want to top off those batteries, you have the capability of doing it as well. Or if you even want to charge something up that's small, you can do that as well. As you can see, there's more of the track system going down, so you can access the bed as well. But we have 1 of 2 of this size storage bins. They're all diamond plated, very durable. You can throw anything you can think of in there that you would obviously fit. We've got a box of an air hose and some flares in there. We also have an air valve right there, which is very nice if you need to air up a tire, or if you get some dust storms, you can blow out the interior of the cab. We also have a fire extinguisher as well. Like I said, these are all lockable, and they're all weather sealed in as well. Coming down here, this is the 2nd storage unit, which is locked. It's very small, but it's one that you can put your chains in and stuff like that. I apologize that it was locked. I'll take a look at the other side. But going up the top of the bed right here, the bed is completely covered in the diamond plating, making that very durable. You can store anything you want in here. One key thing on here is you see 2 holes that you can add an exterior storage bin. You can do that yourself, or we can do it here. You can really customize it really however you want. We have a couple of different ones that we have, but you can also put a spare tire up here. A lot of people like to do that. But on top of the headache rack, you have your backup camera. This is the Voyager system, is what we use, and you can set up to 4 cameras on that. Nice little system that we have. Coming down on the bed, you have you see the rails on the side, you have your track system. So if you do want to tie anything down, you have the capability of doing that. It has a 1,000-pound weight limit on it. In the middle, we have our trough system. This is where you're going to be hooking up to your gooseneck or your 5th wheel. Right now, we have kind of made it to where you can do it whatever you want. Pre-drilled for the fifth wheel and for the gooseneck, so you can really customize it really however you want. Coming down below here, this is all your hookups for electronics for your trailering. This is for the 5th wheel and gooseneck, and this one's for your bumper. And then right over to the right here, you have your hookup for your electronics for your Voyager system. Like I said, you can go up to 4 cameras on that. You could do it wirelessly, but that's totally up to you. Down below here, we have our customizable Gen Y 30,000-pound weight limit hitch. You can customize the height. You can customize the ball, whatever you want differently. Right now, we have the 2 5/16 ball on there. Very easy to change out. You got the 2 clips right here. Just pull it out, change it however you would like. Getting back to the Voyager system, when I was talking about wirelessly, they do have the capability of doing that. You don't have to do it, but it's totally up to you. A lot of people like to put cameras into whatever they're trailering, like the horse trailer, just to check on them, just to make sure they're doing all right. You would just have to have enough cord. If you were doing it with a wire, wirelessly, it tends, if you have a long enough one, like a 45-foot trailer, you will need to put an accelerator in there. I'll check to see if this one is actually open. Ah, there we go. That's the other side of it, so you can actually see what the size of that one is. But like I said, diamond plated, lockable. Most people put chains in there and stuff like that. All of our beds on here are aluminum beds. Very durable, long-lasting. In most parts of the country, people will use salt. So on steel beds, it tends to rust it a little bit quicker. With the aluminum bed, it will not do that. But some people would say, hey, that kind of makes it a lot lighter, which is true. We do put a steel plate under the bed to make it so that it will actually weigh it down and you're not jumping and bouncing around the actual highway system. Coming down here, you're gonna see exact same setup as what is on the other side, except for this looks just a little bit different. This one's a little bit smaller, but it is the same size tank. It just does not have the def tank on this side. But once again, it's 50 gallons, a total of 100, and it is lockable. We're gonna open up the passenger side right here. You're gonna see how much space your passengers have in there. It is the exact same setup as the driver. Comfort, air ride, very easy to move, just up and down, easily enough. When I was talking about in the engine compartment was the second fuse panel is right under here. It's very easy to do. All you have to do is just pull it and it'll unclip right there, and then you'll just work on it accordingly, whatever you need to do, and then just put it back, and it's very easy to do. It just clips right in. We're gonna hop inside the cab now, but as he's getting up there, he's gonna show you the back console. There's a couple of more areas for power. A couple of 110s and a couple of USBs, making it so you can charge all of the stuff that you need to while you're on your way. And as we look in there, we're gonna be looking at the windshield. It's a very, very large windshield. It is 2,500 square inches of windshield. So you can make sure that you're being as safe as possible, seeing everything that's out there, but you're seeing this big block in the middle. That is coupled with the radar on the front. This is, again, your Detroit Assurance safety package. This is a part of your lane keep assist and the front end crash alert. This is also going to keep you in your lane if you're not signaling to get out of your lane. But there's also a point where you can say, hey, that actually annoys me. Well, there's a button to turn that off if you don't like it. But hopefully we want to make sure that you're all paying attention. We'll come over to the left here and we'll see the door panel. This is a little bit different of a setup than what people are normally used to. You see that there's only 2 controls for your actual window, but there's also 4 doors there. So what you do is you'll do this for the front, and then you'll hit this button for the rear, and then you can control it from the same buttons. Defrost for the side mirror, and then controls for the side mirrors right there. Right here on the steering wheel, this is all controls for the middle dash part right there. All the info of the actual vehicle, what's going on with it, is all going to be shown right there, and this is to control it just so you can customize it however you want to look at it, or to check on stuff if it needs any maintenance or anything like that. As you see the dashboard right here, you've got your RPMs right there, your oil pressure, and your fuel gauge right here. You'll see that there's 2 little needles right here. One, the white one is for the fuel, the blue is for the def. I love having that in the same compartment. I think it's great. Your middle part is your digital dash, what I was going over on the steering wheel, showing you exactly what's going on with it. Your speedometer right here, air for your primary and your secondary air, and then your water temperature right there. Right side of the steering wheel is your cruise control, and then hanging up and answering and hanging up phone calls. Right here, this is a very important little lever here. This is your gear shift for your transmission. Very easy to maneuver. It's just drive up front, reverse in the rear, and if you want to go into a manual transmission, you'll just hit this button on the outside, and then you can go down for up in gears and back up for down in gears. But also this acts as your engine brake, so if you want to turn that on, off is totally up, but turning it high, medium, and low is just like that. Very, very easy to do. Right here is your air for your for your air brakes for your trailer. This one's for the truck. Subwoofer right here. This is all controls for it. If you want more bass or less, you would just turn that to control that. If you have electronic brakes on your actual trailer, you have your red arc system. You can set your trailer gain however you would like. Right here you've got your hazards, dome light, footwell light, and then your pre-trip light. The pre-trip light is almost as similar as what the light test one is in the opening of the door, but this one actually hooks up to your trailer as well. So when you hit that, it takes about a minute, but it's going to make sure all the lights on your trailering and your truck are actually working properly. Next to it, this is optional buttons right here that you can add stuff to. Some people put like an extra light bar up front. We sometimes do that. Some people do an additional winch. It's really kind of, you can customize it however really you want. Down below here, this is your safety systems. This is what I was just going over with your lane keep and all that. This first one here is your automatic braking assist. The system's on. This is the button to turn it off. Same with the lane departure warning right here, and then your traction control right here. This fourth button is your shutdown override. If there's something going on with the engine, it's going to indicate it on the dashboard saying, hey, the engine's going to shut down in however many seconds. But let's say you're in the middle of the road, but you do not want to stay in the middle of the road. You want to get to the side. You're going to press that button, maneuver over to the side, and then be as safe as possible, get out of traffic, and then so you're not in harm's way either. Just make sure that you do get to the side and then actually shut the engine off, because that button will keep that engine running until the engine goes, but we don't want to do that. To the right of that, you've got your locking differential. Your suspension nut right here, in case you have one of those lower trailers, you would just hit that button, it drops down the back, and then you can actually back into it, making it very easy for you. Above that, you've got controls for your air for the rear, so it's your cold, heat, and then the fan speed right here. Right here, you've got your hookups for HDMI and USB. These are both tied to right here on the main screen. You can have Apple or Android CarPlay. Very easy to maneuver around. You don't have to be technology inclined. It's very, very easy. It's self-explanatory, just everything right there. Your navigation, all at a touch of a button, just right here. Up above here, before we get to that center console, I'm going to just say there's extra storage up here. And this was going over the Voyager system that I had missed. I apologize. But this is the capability of going up to 4 cameras, like I said, and you would just press this button to kind of customize it however you want. We are on camera 1 because there is only one hooked up, but you could cycle through just camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, but you can also do a split screen. Cycling one more, you can do 1, 2, and 3, and then of course 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if not, only have the one hookup, there it is right there. You also have your air horn up here, and then a secondary mic right here for your Bluetooth, just so everybody can hear you, because the engines do tend to be a little bit louder, but it's all right. So coming down to the center console here, this is a very large center console, so you can make it so you can have anything on here. Very large cup holders. They're easily changed out. You can lift these out if they get spillage or anything like that, and then you can clean them out very, very easily. The center part right here is you can store anything you want. And that basically wraps that up. But if you are interested in this 2025 Freightliner M2 106 Plus with the Summit Hauler conversion, you can get a hold of me at paul.lavoy@transwest.com, or you can call me at 303-503-3305. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.